What? Oh, you want that?
Hello, everybody. So, on this channel, I'm going to start a new format. It's going to be with kind of a news and politics part of it. It's going to be nonpartisan, fair, and equally sided to go ahead and address things that were going on in our current situation in the world today. So, and since we're going into the new year here, starting in just a few days, this is the time of the year when they start introducing the new laws that are going to go into effect in all the states and so on and so forth. So I thought we would start today with this new format and talk about some of the new laws that are going to affect California. Since we all know that what happens in California tends to trickle down to other states and go from there. So what are the new laws in California? Well, they've got over 1,000 new laws, run the gamut pretty much. For instance, we have a new law that's going to make it for illegal aliens to make it easier for them to get financial aid for school. Because I guess they have a hard time filling out the financial aid packets, being that they're illegal and all. And so they're going to streamline that, I guess. I don't know, make it in more languages and not ask for citizenship or something like that, I suppose. But that's one of the laws that's going to go through. And they're going to do an assembly bill for more sick days, which was in California where they get 3 paid sick days. They're going to expand that to 5 paid sick days. That's not really that whatever. Since they have such a housing crisis in California, now they're going to allow churches and religious facilities and other and college campuses and stuff like that to be able to put housing on their properties and within that bypassing zoning laws and such things like that to help ease the housing crisis, I guess. So faith-based entities and such can build more housing on their properties, and they can get be easier for them without having to go through all the zoning process and all that kind of stuff. And it protects them from the environmental impact statements and all that other kind of stuff that California is so famous for. So I suppose that could help housing in that state. That's not a bad thing because they definitely need housing with all the illegals that are having it in there going to school. Then what else? Assembly Bill 701 is going to make a punishment for large quantities of fentanyl. If you're selling large quantities of fentanyl, you will be increased penalties for that. I don't know about small quantities, but I guess if you they had thousands of deaths last year, or how many. So, but if you've got the big traffickers there, you're gonna be wanting to watch out for that kind of thing. So, also they have Assembly Bill 2188, which is going to make it harder, or make it so employers can't discriminate against you if you're smoking pot after work or whatever. Or if you're getting jobs or anything, they can't hold it against you. It's going to make it illegal for employers to go after you for pot. So, which I don't know how that's going to exactly enforce and how they're going to know if you were doing it before, after, during, or whatever. Because since if they're going to test you for it or whatever, the marijuana stayed in your system for up to 30 days. So, kind of hard to say, oh, I was only smoking at this time or that time. I don't know how that's going to work, but they're supposed to make it easier for you to be a pot smoker and get work there. So, they're going to increase the minimum wage, which is right now $15.50 an hour for most people, minimum wage. But special for fast food workers, they're going to go to $20 an hour. So, yeah, you think your hamburgers are expensive now. What was it, just a Big Mac? They're talking about $20 for the Big Mac meal right there. I mean, that was, I don't know how many people are still eating fast food. I mean, after all that's come out with those, what's going on there, their quality has gone down, the price has gone up, and now they want to pay the workers $20 an hour to flip burgers or whatever at fast food. I'm sorry, but I'm sure anybody out there would agree with this thing. I started out at McDonald's, my first job, of course, and that was like $4.10. Am I dating myself a little bit? Yeah, $4.10 an hour, and that was what we got paid then. And now they're getting $20 an hour for that. I mean, geez, I don't know. So that's why nobody can live in California, I suppose. Okay. Then what else are they gonna do? Oh, they gotta limit any new gas-powered lawn equipment like things, leaf blowers and so on and so forth, that kind of stuff. It now has to be, as of January 1st, zero emissions for for the small, for just buying it at any store. So basically, retailers just cannot sell them at this point because they're zero emissions. And of course, they're going to have all these uh, other factors that go into that for companies and businesses that do lawn maintenance and all that kind of stuff to mitigate them and give them money to buy better equipment, lower emission equipment and whatnot. So it's nonsense. Housing did that one. Oh, this is the other one. This one's kind of, I guess, is a beneficial one in a way. The police officers, if you pulled over, will no longer be allowed to say, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" So now, by law, they will have to say, "I am pulling you over for this reason." So they have to tell you why they pulled you over right off the bat, first thing, before they can ask you any questions or anything else. Now, that sounds like I'll agree with that law. I mean, how many times have we all been pulled over and been, well, you know why I pulled you over? And then you incriminate yourself by saying, well, probably because I was speeding or whatever. So now cannot do that. They have to tell you right why they pulled you over, and then it has to be also in the paperwork if they write your ticket or whatever, it has to be on the paperwork, the reason why, and that no kind of no questions can be asked until they've said that. So that's not a bad law. I mean, sometimes even California can get it right. Then another thing they've come up with is now all teachers in California will have to be LGBTQ plus training, so they can all learn how to have the kids in the class that are of that persuasion, and they have to go to sensitivity training for that. So it's another good spending of our or California's taxpayer dollars to educate teachers on something that's 1.0% of the population. But that's the way things go. Because there's as I was reading the legislation, it said because it's a increased um, intolerance against them and violence and all this, and we all know the exact opposite. They're like running the show now pretty much. So I don't see how they're getting so discriminated against in any way, but they're going to get more privileges there, and they're going to be catered to more and more in the school districts. So that's good. The teachers get to spend more time away from actually teaching things and learning more sensitivity training stuff. And on that same front, they're also going to be adding a more Asian curriculum that's teaching about Pacific Islanders, the history of Asian Americans in this country. So that's another thing they should add to the curriculum. Another teaching more time for the teachers to learn more stuff that they can teach the kids that they don't teach them already, because they don't teach anything in school anyway these days. We all know that. So, and now also they're gonna, as of January 1st, there'll be the Ebony Alert will go into effect in California, because the Amber Alert wasn't good enough because apparently it's racist or something. So they have to have an Ebony Alert in case it's a black person. They have a special alert system now. So if you heard Ebony Alert, you're not looking for just any person. You're looking for specifically a black person, I suppose. So the Amber Alert was not good enough, which covered everybody. It didn't say anything in the Amber Alert about the color of anybody's skin, but that's another one of these things. We got to just legislate nonsense. So there you go. If you hear that, you know that you're looking for a person of color. That's the fast food one. What else? That's just a sampling of a few of the ones. Oh, this is a good one too. Now, the all retail stores will now have to have a clearly marked section of their store in the toy department for gender-neutral toys. Yes, gender-neutral toys. So they have to have a little special aisle for them. I don't know what a gender-neutral toy is, but if they don't comply with this law, they can be fined civilly, civic fines and all that kind of stuff. But the retailers can be. They will have, if they don't have the gender-neutral toy section, because we've got a huge amount of preschoolers out there that they need to have the whatever a gender-neutral toy is. I don't think I've ever seen one. They said that the toys, regardless if they were traditionally sold to boys and girls in the past, they need to be gender neutral now. So I guess that means that there's no, the Barbie is going to be, and there's not going to be a little boys section of toys and little girls section of toys. I guess because that we can't have that anymore because it's I don't know. I don't know. I guess the kids get confused for something. And the little boys play with cowboy stuff, and little girls play with Barbie. But well, that's okay. So we'll have that. That's the next thing that we'll do. And hate symbols are going to be harsher penalties for hate symbols, which is I guess swastikas or nooses or I don't know KKK hood or something. I don't know. Whatever. There'll be harsher penalties for the symbols themselves if they're displayed in a manner that is meant to intimidate somebody or whatever. So there's going to be increased penalty. I guess it's going to be tagging or I don't know. Where they have a big problem with that. I mean, so you don't really catch these people too often. I don't think either. Another thing that will be coming is speed cameras, which California already has speeding cameras, but they're going to increase the area, mostly down in Southern California. They're going to be putting more into the Los Angeles area and the suburbs of that, and increasing the penalties. If you're going over 11 miles an hour over the posted speed limit, the fines go from starting at $25 to up to $50 to $100 for 50 miles an hour speed limit or whatever it is. But yeah, they range up higher and higher, of course. A good news thing, I guess, for California, for some people that, for the last 10 years, it's been illegal to do cruising the boulevards and stuff, like for lowriders or cruising stuff. For the last 10 years, it's been illegal. That ban is now no longer in effect. So I guess you can, if you're a lowrider and you got your car, then you can go cruise the boulevard again. So bring back cruising, yay! I mean, in the city I live in, I remember when that was banned here and still is, and put a kibosh on all the kids in those days a while back. So I guess that's a positive thing for California. They take 5 things away. They give you a couple little morsels of back to you. That's how it works. And then you think, oh yeah, all right, it's not so bad. They've taken all this away, but they gave us cruising back and they protect us if we smoke pot at work. So what else is there that I see? And like I said, there's 1,000 different new laws. You couldn't go through every one of them and read everything about them. They're just and these ones are not even the most ridiculous ones. What else did I see? No, I don't see any other ones that were. Oh, ambulance bills. If, we've all taken an ambulance, or most of us have at some point, and you get that bill, $900 or whatever. Then so for some reason, somehow those are going to be outlawed doing that, and they can't just send you a bill out of nowhere. I don't know how they're going to send you a bill if they're going to. I'm supposing they're still going to bill you, but now maybe they'll send you a letter first, say be expecting a bill, so that way you're not surprised, so you got to know it's coming. I mean, you would think you'd know it's coming after you took the ambulance ride, and they're going to, but I guess now they're going to send you a letter saying that, oh, by the way, that ambulance ride cost you money, but this is not a bill, but next thing you get is going to be a bill, so don't get surprised when you get it. Don't be scared because it's just a bill. I guess that's how that's going to work. I'm not sure. What else is there? And that's just. Like I said, there's 1,000 different ones. That's just California. As of the first of the year, every state has a whole bunch of new laws that go into effect like every year. And I just want to go over the California ones because those always, seem to fall downhill from that place for some reason. Like we should be following their lead on anything. I don't see why we would because I don't think they have a whole lot of good ideas in my opinion. But I think that's going to be the way from the day on that. And like I say, this is going to be a new format I'm going to do with these. I might do even 2 a day. It's going to be shorter videos of politics and whatever else, current events that are going on. And I hope that people will check it back in here and check in here a couple times a day and see what we got going on here. And I'm kind of trying to, if anybody's aware of Sticks, X-Hammer, and Salted Crackers, and those kind of channels. I'm kind of looking to do something of that nature, a little bit of irreverence, but trying to stay down the middle on the politics side of it, and unless it's just ignorant stuff like some of these laws. I mean, and I think most people, even liberals or conservatives, can see that some of the laws are just kind of ridiculous. Some of them are probably good and can be useful. Some of them are just a waste of taxpayers' money and time. So. you know. And I will put opinion pieces in here, and if you don't agree with the opinion, I'm glad to read your comments, and not everybody's gonna agree with me, but it is just my opinions, and that'll be that. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you back here. Check back a couple times a day, because I definitely will put more than one video up, and we'll see how this goes. Thank you very much. Have a good day.